Hi, I'm Pastor Tim. Here's another grain of Cybersalt for your world. A few weeks ago, we had a big storm blow through our neighborhood. Wind and rain, just gobs of rain. It was unbelievable how much was falling, and practically sideways. There's so much rain that it quickly overtook the drain in front of our carport, and the water started to flood into the carport itself and was slowly inching towards our back door, which meant at any time, if it kept raining as hard as it was going to flood into our basement. Thankfully, that didn't happen, but I knew it was time to get our drains cleaned out. So I called Roto-Rooter, and they came, and they were somewhat helpful in helping me figure out how far down the blockage was. And ever since then, I've been digging holes along the perimeter of our driveway like a marmot. Eventually, I ended up digging down in 3 places, breaking into the drain pipe and pulling out the stuff that was keeping water from flowing, the silt and the dirt, some rocks, and some other things. I found some roots. I found a piece of ABS piping, probably from the last time the drain was fixed, and I found this mesh that had somehow fallen down and gotten in the system and was blocking things. But it's all flowing well now, and I've started to put the system back together. One of the things that I'm adding is a catch basin. A catch basin is basically a box with 2 pipes going into it, one going in, one coming out, and as water flows in, the heavier things in the catch basin will drop down to the bottom and not continue on through the system. It's pretty handy, and I've got it in place. Here, let me show you how it works. It works really well. I could even take a rock and put it in my drain and then not even worry about it plugging things up. Put some water in here, fill up the drain, it starts to shoot out the end there. Eventually the rock will go and everything will work great. The need for a catch basin has had me thinking about 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 20 to 22. In that passage, Paul is writing to the followers of Jesus in the city of Thessalonica, and he says to them, "Do not treat prophecies with contempt. Test everything, hold on to the good, avoid every kind of evil." Paul wants followers of Jesus, when they hear a teaching from someone, from the Bible, or a message that's being delivered from God in the name of God, he wants them to be not approaching things with a negative attitude. He doesn't want prophecy being treated in a contemptible way. Now, by prophecy, Paul is not talking about the ability to foretell the future. A lot of people would like the gift of prophecy because they think it involves, being able to see what will happen in the future, like they've got some magic Christian crystal ball. But that's not what prophecy is. Prophecy is actually a message or instruction from God delivered through someone with an application to our lives, to the past, to the present, or to the future. So what Paul is actually saying here is, when someone comes to you with a teaching or an instruction from God, be positive as you receive it, but then also be discerning. Look for what is good and hold on to that. Look for what is bad and reject that. Some people's approach to living the Christian life is very different than what Paul is prescribing in these verses. Their approach is to become experts in evil, to only look for what is bad, and having found it, to expose it and make a big deal about it and go around talking about it all the time. Yet they never seem to grasp any of the good things in what they're searching out. They never seem to grow from the positive things that they find because they're so fascinated with evil. I've known a number of people in my time as a pastor who have been like that, and they are negative, sour joy suckers, only talking about what is bad, just draining the life out of things. Their approach to the Christian life is as different to what Paul is prescribing here as the function of the large intestine is different to the small intestine. The large intestine absorbs water from food that's too tough to digest and gets rid of that useless waste material in a way we're all familiar with. The small intestine is the place of chemical digestion and absorption of nutrients into the bloodstream. The human body is designed to have both a large and a small intestine, but the way of the large intestine is no model for how to live the spiritual life. Be a small intestine. When you're listening to a sermon, when you're reading a book, or even when a friend is sharing some verses from the Bible to apply to your life, to somehow help you or give you some direction, be positive when you're listening. Be open and receptive to what the message might be that's there for you. Watch out for evil and reject what's evil, but hold on to what is true. If you do both of those things, you're sure to experience a healthy, growing, well-nourished spiritual life as a follower of Jesus. And you'll grow in the grace that He has for you and for all of us. I hope that thought adds flavor to your world today. God bless you. A cup, not big drops, gobs. Man, too much, okay. Big storm, putting a catch basin. In that chapter, Paul says this in verses, Have you watched any of my videos yet? Oh, okay, well that's good.
I like the one with you on the roof.
Oh, did you? Oh, you like the bloopers? Oh, that's good. And what's bad, get rid of, avoid it. Keep it away from you. Get rid of the bad. And in so doing what? But for spiritual growth and health in following Jesus, and health, you say you still want to live life as a large intestine? Just relax. You may feel some discomfort.